Hello everyone, welcome to our English class today. Today our lesson is about modal verb can and cannot. We will learn how to use can and cannot to talk about ability, things we can do and things we cannot do. We will learn it through a fun story with the title The Gingerbread Man. But before we start our lesson, let me introduce myself.
Hi, my name is Rosalia.
And I'll be your teacher for today. I'm really happy to learn English together with you. So, are you ready to have some fun? Let's go! Before we jump into our lesson today, let's watch and listen carefully to the story first. The story is called The Gingerbread Man. As you watch, pay attention to the sentences that use can and cannot, and try to notice what the gingerbread man and the other characters can do and what they cannot do. Are you ready? Let's start the story.
Ping pong.
Can you run? Yes, I can. Can you run? Yes, I can. I am the gingerbread man. Crocodile, oh! I'm going to eat you. I'm going to eat you. Eat you. Ah!
The Gingerbread Man. Mrs. Brown is the best baker in town. All the children in town love her cookies. Even crocodiles love her cookies. Today, she bakes a gingerbread cookie.
The cookie smells good. I can't wait to eat it.
Then she opens the oven door. A gingerbread man jumps out.
Come back here,
says Mrs. Brown. He runs very quickly. He says,
Nah, you can never catch me.
A boy sees the gingerbread man.
Come back here.
He says. The gingerbread man says,
Nah, you can never catch me.
Mrs. Brown and the boy chase the gingerbread man. Then a dog sees the gingerbread man.
come back here.
He says,
Nah, you can never catch me.
says the gingerbread man. Mrs. Brown, the boy, and the dog chase the gingerbread man.
Oh my, it's a river.
Says the gingerbread man.
I can't cross the river. Hello, gingerbread man.
Says a crocodile.
I can help you. Stand on my nose. We can cross the river together. Oh boy!
Says the gingerbread man. He jumps on the crocodile's nose. He looks back at Mrs. Brown, the boy, and the dog. He says,
Nah, you can never catch me.
In the middle of the river, the crocodile opens his mouth. Snap! The crocodile eats the little gingerbread man.
Mmm,
Says the crocodile.
yummy.
We are hungry.
Say the boy and the dog.
I can make another. Let's go.
Says Mrs. Brown.
But I will be careful. I will lock the door.
Great job, everyone! You have watched the story carefully. Now, let's talk about what happened in the story. That was such a great story about the gingerbread man. He can run so fast, and nobody can catch him. But in the end, he meets the crocodile. And oops, he can be careful enough. The story teaches us to be humble and careful and not to trust strangers too easily. It also reminds us that being too proud or not listening to others can bring problems. We should always think before we act. Did you notice what the gingerbread man can do and cannot do in the story? So let's find out together in today's lesson. But before we start, let's take a look at our learning objectives for today. The first, you will be able to identify sentences containing can and cannot from the story. Second, you will be able to apply the concept and use of modal verbs can and cannot in positive, negative, and interrogative sentences. And the third, you will be able to make your own positive, negative, and interrogative sentences using can and cannot correctly. Alright, that's what we are going to achieve today. Now, let's start our lesson and have fun learning English together. To understand how can and cannot work, we first need to know what the modal verb is. So, a modal verb is helping verb that gives a special meaning to the main verb. It shows ability, possibility, permission, or obligation. We use modal verbs to talk about what we can do, what might happen, or what we must do. And some common modal verbs are can, could, will, would, may, might, must, shall, and should. But today, we will focus on just one of them. It's can, and its opposite form, cannot, or can't. So, what exactly are can and cannot? So, let's find out. Okay, let's talk about can and cannot. The first is can. The word can is a modal verb used to show ability or skill, or something we are able to do. For example, I can swim, yang artinya saya bisa berenang. Meanwhile, cannot, or its short form can't, means the opposite. It shows inability or something we are not able to do. For example, I cannot fly, yang artinya saya tidak bisa terbang. And here's something important. We usually say can't instead of cannot when we speak. Can't is just the short form of cannot. They mean the same thing, but can't sounds more natural when we talk every day. So remember, whether you write cannot or can't, the meaning is just the same. Next is types of sentences with can and cannot. Because we already know what can and cannot mean, let's learn how we use them in sentences. There are three types of sentences we can make with can and cannot. The first one is positive sentences. They are used to show ability or something we are able to do. The second is negative sentences. These sentences show inability or something we are not able to do. And the third one is interrogative sentences. These sentences are questions that ask about ability. In the next part, we will see how each type looks with examples. Now, let's take a look at some examples of sentences using can and cannot. We will start with the first type, it's positive sentences. These sentences shows ability or things we are able to do. For example, I can run fast. The crocodile can swim. Or, we can help you. Okay, next, let's see the second type, it's negative sentences. The sentences shows inability or things we are not able to do. For example, I cannot fly. The gingerbread man cannot cross the river. And my cat can't talk. And the last one is the third type, it's interrogative sentences. These are questions that ask about ability. For example, can you swim? Can she dance? Or can they run fast? That's how we use can and cannot in positive, negative, and interrogative sentences. Now that we have seen the examples, let's learn how the sentences are formed. Every sentence with can or cannot follows a simple pattern. Let's start with the positive sentence. When we want to show ability, we use this pattern. Subject plus can plus verb or base form. For example, I can swim. In Indonesia, it means saya bisa berenang. Easy, right? Now let's move to the negative sentence. When we want to show inability or things we cannot do, we use this pattern. Subject plus cannot or can't plus verb or base form. For example, I can't swim. It means saya tidak bisa berenang. And finally, the interrogative sentence or the question form. To ask about someone's ability, we move can to the front. So, can plus subject plus verb or base form, we add the question mark. For example, can you swim? In Indonesia, apakah kamu bisa berenang? Great job everyone! You have just learned about can and cannot and how to use them in positive, negative, and interrogative sentences. Now, it's time to check your understanding. So, welcome to Assessment 1. You are going to watch and listen to the Gingerbread Man story one more time. And this time, I want you to pay attention to the sentences that use can or cannot. Then, write the sentences in your notebook. After that, let's classify them into 3 groups. There is positive, negative, and interrogative sentences. For example, if the sentence is, I can't wait to eat it, that's a negative sentence. Take your time and enjoy listening to the story again. And let's see how many sentences with can or cannot you can find. And if you need to rewatch the story, you can go back to the video at the beginning of this lesson. Now, let's move on to Assessment 2. This time, we are going to practice more with can and cannot. Here's what you need to do. The first, read each sentence carefully. Then, fill in the blank using can or cannot. Choose the one that matches the meaning of the sentence. Don't forget to write all your answers neatly in your notebook. Take your time, you can pause the video if you need more time to think. Now, let's move on to Assessment 3. In this part, you will write 3 sentences about your own abilities using can for positive sentences. For example, I can swim. Then, change each one into a negative and an interrogative form. So, it becomes, I cannot swim and can you swim? Remember to follow the pattern we learned before and don't forget to write your answers neatly in your notebook. Take your time and you can pause the video if you need more time to write. Okay, before we finish, let's take a moment to remember what we have learned today. The first, we use can to show ability or possibility, and cannot or can't when we are not able to do something. We can make positive sentences like I can dance, negative sentences like I cannot dance, and for interrogative sentences, can you dance? And remember, when you make an interrogative sentence, you need to move can to the front of the subject. For example, in positive, you can swim. And for interrogative, can you swim? Easy, right? That's all for today's lesson. Thank you for learning with me. You did a great job. See you in the other video and keep practicing your English. Bye bye everyone.